Your Highnesses, Your Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. It is indeed a privilege to speak at this year's World Government Summit. For 10 years, this summit has brought together the best minds from every continent and every discipline to share ideas and help governments create a better future for humanity. Advancing humanity has always been one of the core principles of our leadership in the United Arab Emirates. 8 years ago, on this same stage, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, President of the United Arab Emirates, made a bold prediction about the future when he said, if we make the right investments today, there will come a time when the UAE would celebrate the last barrel of oil. That was the word His Highness chose, celebrate. It was a bold call to action that resonated deeply around the world, and it absolutely resonated with me. The UAE has always made progress by getting ahead of the future. And the advances we have made in 50 years have been anchored by the principle and practice of true, genuine partnership. We have been blessed with a leadership that invested the wealth of the nation in the health of the nation, balanced economic growth with environmental responsibility, and put climate action at the heart of our development agenda. We are proud to be the host country of the International Renewable Energy Agency. We were the first country in our region to commit to the Paris Agreement and the first in the region to submit a nationally determined contribution and the first to set out a roadmap to net zero. We have chosen to face global challenges head-on, adopting a positive mindset and working on solutions in the pursuit of progress with like-minded partners. It is this mindset that we will bring as hosts of COP28. The UAE approaches this task with humility, a clear sense of responsibility, and a great sense of urgency. COP28 will have special significance as it marks the first global stocktake, a comprehensive assessment of progress against the goals and objectives of the Paris Climate Agreement. And we don't need to wait for the stocktake to find out what it will actually say. We already know that we are way off track. The world is playing catch-up when it comes to holding global temperatures down to 1.5 degrees. And the hard reality is that the global emissions must fall 43% by 2030. That's just 7 years away. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a major course correction. The current approaches we have been using come from a different era, a completely different era. Some are no longer even fit for purpose. And we need to accelerate action at a time of continued economic uncertainty, geopolitical tensions, and pressure on energy security. We have to transform entire industrial systems that still rely and run on the energies of the first industrial revolution. In short, we need to shift from incremental steps to transformational progress across mitigation, adaptation, finance, and loss and damage. On mitigation, we need to triple renewable energy capacity, double hydrogen production, expand nuclear power, improve battery storage, and if we're serious about capturing emissions, we must scale up and commercialize carbon capture technologies. Artificial intelligence is a critical success factor in the way forward. All of this while minimizing the carbon intensity of the energy we use today. We also need to transform our food and agriculture systems that account for 1/3 of global emissions. And one of the most critical enablers to bridge from goals to actually getting it done is capital. In fact, I mean lots of capital. And we must make sure that this capital is available, accessible, and affordable. We need to ramp up investments across every area of decarbonization, and we should view these investments as a true opportunity rather than a burden. In fact, economists estimate that decarbonizing industry, the energy sector, power generation, transportation, and food systems could create an additional $12 trillion in economic value by 2030. Capital is also key to adaptation, where we need to double annual funds to protect the most vulnerable communities, invest in nature-based solutions, preserve our rainforests, and protect biodiversity. And capital is critical to make the Loss and Damage Fund real and operational. And it is the key to a fair deal on climate finance for the Global South. The international community must follow through on pledges made over a decade ago. We need real reform of international financial institutions and multilateral banks to unleash more concessional dollars, lower risk, and attract more private finance for vulnerable communities. Ladies and gentlemen, the COP28 presidency views that addressing the climate challenge represents the greatest opportunity for inclusive growth and prosperity since the first industrial revolution. And the key word here is inclusive. The strategies we pursue must leave no one behind. The policies we adopt must be pro-growth and pro-climate at the same time. We must enable an energy transition that includes the 800 million people who are excluded from access to energy today. And we must urgently address the needs of the 2.6 billion people who have no access whatsoever to clean water. We must eliminate energy and water poverty while keeping 1.5 alive. And we must cater for a world that will be home to an additional 2 billion people by 2050. In short, we need to hold back emissions, not progress. As COP28 President, I will lay out a roadmap for COP28 that is inclusive, and I mean inclusive, results-oriented, and I promise, very far from being business as usual. Working alongside my colleagues, Her Excellency Sham al-Mazrou'i, the Youth Climate Champion, and Her Excellency Razan Limbarak, the High-Level Champion, and the whole COP28 UAE team, we will mobilize every segment of society. We will capitalize on our experience and our network of partners to engage with governments, civil society, youth, and the financial community, and industry, and technology companies. Never before have we been able to use technology to help us scale and level up our innovations to achieve real impact and deliver tangible results. Artificial intelligence is reinventing the relationship between people and machines. It is making industrial processes faster and smarter, and it is making energy much more efficient and much cleaner. we have an unprecedented opportunity to engage the energy industry in a technological revolution that gets us to a climate-positive future. And yes, it is in our common interest to have the energy industry working hand in hand and alongside everyone on the solutions that the world needs today. This is just logical and makes perfect sense. Ladies and gentlemen, the COP28 presidency team is listening to everyone and is engaging with everyone. Developed countries and the global south, the business community and civil society, academics and engineers, women and youth. And it is only through this inclusive, open, constructive, and positive engagement that we will be able to achieve the breakthroughs we collectively need. We all remember COP21 in Paris for United Governments in Agreement. And we want COP28 UAE to be remembered for uniting everyone in action. Action made more powerful through the meaningful partnerships that we hope to create. Action that will make real transformational progress and deliver real and tangible results. Let's cooperate, collaborate, and share ideas. Let's unite in solidarity for the sake of humanity. Let's live up to the responsibility that we have been entrusted with. Ladies and gentlemen, climate change knows no boundaries. It affects us all. We believe that game-changing solutions can be achieved if the collective political will is there. And I promise you, it certainly is from the United Arab Emirates. We in the UAE are not shying away from the energy transition. In fact, we are running towards it. There are moments in history when humanity comes together to fight a common threat. Let's prove to ourselves that we can do it once again. Let's put our differences aside. Fight climate change, not each other. Let's stop deliberating and start focusing on delivery. And let's make COP28 a COP of unity, a COP of action, a COP for all, a COP that will shape a better future. Thank you very much.